Don Miguel Ruiz. 4 agreements with yourself. Use the word flawlessly. Once you honor these 4 agreements, you will never live in hell again. Never again. You will have complete control over your life. 4 agreements are there. You just need to adopt those agreements and respect their meaning and force. Live day after day. Your love and self-esteem will get bigger and bigger. You can do it. Don Miguel Ruiz. 1. Use your word flawlessly. The first agreement is the most important, and also the most demanding. It is very important because only with the help of that first agreement will you be able to rise to that level of living that I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is, use your word flawlessly. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why the word? Your word represents your creative power. Your word is a gift that comes directly from God. With the help of words you express your creative power. You express everything in words. What you dream about, what you feel, and what you really are. It all manifests in words. The word is a force. It is your ability to express and communicate, to think, and thus to create events in your life. You have the power of speech. What other animal on this planet has the power to speak? The word is the most powerful tool you possess as a human being. She is a magical tool, but like a double-edged sword, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or destroy everything around you. One blade is the abuse of the word, which creates hell around itself. The second blade is the flawless use of words, with which we can only create beauty, love and paradise on earth. Depending on how you use it, the word can set you free, or throw you into the most terrible bondage. The word is so powerful that one word can decorate the lives or destroy millions of people. To use the word flawlessly means not to use the word against oneself. If I meet you on the street and tell you you're stupid, it looks like I'm using that word against you, but in fact I use my word against myself, because you will hate me, and that you will hate me is not good for me. So if I get angry and send you all that emotional poison with my word, I'm using the word against myself. If I love myself, I will express that love in communication with you, and that means I use the word flawlessly, because that act will produce similar reactions. If I love you, then you love me too. If I insult you, you will insult me too. If I am grateful to you, you will be grateful to me. If I am selfish towards you, and you will be selfish towards me. Use your word flawlessly. This is the first agreement you need to make if you want to be free. If you want to be happy, he is very powerful. Use the word the right way. Use the word to convey your love. The flawless use of the word leads to personal freedom, great success and abundance. It can drive away any fear and transform it into joy and love. 2. Don't take anything personally. The next 3 agreements actually derive from the first agreement. The second agreement reads, don't take anything personally. Whatever happens in your environment, don't take it personally. None of what other people do is because of you. They do it for themselves. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They find themselves in a completely different world from the one in which we live. When we understand something personally, we create the assumption that they know how it is in our world, and we try to impose our world on them. Whatever other people are doing, feeling, thinking, or saying, don't take it personally. If they tell you you're wonderful, they're not saying it because of you. You know you are wonderful. When we really see other people as they are without taking anything personally, we will never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it's okay. They lie to you because they are afraid. They are afraid that you will discover that they are not perfect. If someone doesn't give you love and respect, it's a real blessing if that person leaves you. If that person does not leave you, you will certainly experience many years of suffering with him or her. When the habit of not understanding things in person becomes deeply ingrained in you, you can avoid many stresses in life. Your anger, jealousy, and envy will go away, and even your sadness will simply go away if you don't take things personally. When you get into the habit of not taking anything personally, you won't have the need to believe what others are doing or saying. It is important that you trust only yourself to make responsible decisions. You are never responsible for the behavior of others. You are responsible only for yourself. If you stick to this agreement, you can travel around the world with a completely open heart and no one can hurt you. You can say, I love you, without fear that someone will make fun of you or reject you. You will be able to ask for what you want. You can say yes, or you can say no, without feeling guilty and having nothing to blame. You can always do what is in your heart, and if you are in the middle of hell you will feel inner peace and happiness. You will remain in that state of bliss, and the hell around you will not touch you. 3. Don't make assumptions. We tend to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are true. We make assumptions about what others do and think. We take them personally, and then we blame them and react by sending emotional poison through our words. We make assumptions, misunderstand things, take them personally, and end up making a terrible drama out of nothing. It is always better to ask a question than to create an assumption. because assumptions are a prerequisite for suffering. We often assume that our partners know what we think and that we don't have to tell them what we want. We assume they will do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we assume they should do, we feel humiliated. In any type of relationship, we can assume that others know what we think and that we do not have to tell them what we want. We make the wrong assumption that the other person knows what we really want. The whole drama arises when we make other assumptions on that assumption. We make the assumption that everyone sees life the way we see it. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel. There are no reasons for love. It exists or does not exist. True love means accepting other people as they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, it means that we don't really like them. Of course, if you decide to live with someone, if you make that agreement, it is always better to make such an agreement with someone who is exactly what you would like it to be. Find someone you don't have to change at all. It is much easier to find someone who is already the way we would like him or her to be, instead of trying to change that person. Also, that person must love you just the way you are so that he or she will not want to change you. If others feel they need to change you, it means they don't really love you the way you are. Why would you be with someone if you are not what he or she would like you to be? The best way to prevent ourselves from making assumptions is to ask questions. Ensure yourself clear communication. If you don't understand something, ask. Find enough courage to ask questions until you make sure everything is as clear as it can be. Once you hear the answers, you won't have to make assumptions because you'll know the truth. Also, find in yourself enough courage to look for what you want. Everyone has the right to answer you yes or no, but you will always have the right to ask. In the same way, everyone has the right to ask you, and you have the right to say yes or no. If you don't understand something, it's better to ask and clarify it, instead of making assumptions. With the help of this agreement, you will easily get what you want because your spirit will move freely through you. You will master the skill of intentions, the skill of the spirit, the skill of love, the skill of gratitude, and the skill of life. That is the goal of the Toltecs. It is a path to personal freedom. For always do everything you can. There is only one other agreement, but that agreement allows the other three to become our deep-rooted habits. He talks about implementing the first three agreements. Always do everything you can, under any circumstances. Always do everything you can, nothing less and nothing more. Keep in mind that what you can do will not be the same at all times. When you wake up refreshed and full of energy in the morning, the best thing you can do is do more than you can at night when you are tired. The best you can do will be different when you are healthy and when you are sick, or sober, or drunk. The best you can do will depend on whether you feel wonderful and happy, or you are upset, angry, or jealous. If you try to do more than you can, you will expend more energy than necessary, and in the end the best you can do will not be good enough. When you strain too much, weaken your body and work against yourself, and then you will need more time to achieve your goal. But if you do less than you can, you expose yourself to frustration, self-condemnation, guilt, and remorse. If you always give your best, you will never have to blame yourself, and if you do not blame yourself, you will never have to suffer from feelings of guilt, shame, and you will not punish yourself. If you do everything you can, you will live life to the fullest. You will be productive. You will be good to yourself, because you will give your best to your family, your society, everyone. Activity is what will make you immensely happy. When you always do everything you can, you are in action. Doing all you can means doing it because you want to, not because you expect a reward. When you do something without expecting any reward, you will find that you enjoy what you are doing. The reward will come, but you are not bound by the rewards. You will also get more than you could have hoped for if you do not expect a reward. If we love what we do, if we always do everything we can, then we really enjoy life. We have a good time. We are not bored and we do not experience stress. You do everything you can because you want to, not because you have to, and not because you try to please others. If you do something because you are forced to, you will never be able to do your best. Then it's better not to do it at all. Instead, you will do everything you can. That you always do everything you can makes you so happy. Being active means living a full life. Showing your true face means taking action. You can have a lot of ideas in your head, but what changes things is the action. Without putting ideas into action, there can be no manifestation, no results, no reward. Doing all you can is a great habit. I always do everything I can in everything I do and feel. I do everything I can to give everything to my body and to receive what my body can give me. The best way to say, I love you, God, is to do everything you can in your life. God is life. God is life in action. The best way to say, thank you, God, is to give up the past and live in the present, right here and right now. Whatever life takes from you, get your hands off it. When you indulge and turn away from the past, you will allow yourself to live life to the fullest in this moment. The right to be happy is a right you acquired at birth. By birth you also acquired the right to love. to enjoy and to share your love with someone. You are alive. Just live your life and enjoy it. Do not resist the fact that life permeates you, because that is how God permeates you. Simply living, taking risks and enjoying life. That's all it takes. Say no when you want to say no, and say yes when you want to say yes. You have the right to be what you are. You express your divine nature by living and loving yourself and others. It is divine to say, "Hey, I love you." The first 3 agreements will only work if you do everything you can. Don't expect to always be able to use your word flawlessly, but you can do your best. Don't even expect that you will never take anything personally again. Just do everything you can. Don't expect that you will never make any assumptions again, but you can certainly do your best in that as well. When you honor these 4 agreements, you will never live in hell again. Never again. You will have control over your life. 4 agreements are there. You just need to adopt those agreements and respect their meaning and force. Live day after day. Your love and self-esteem will get bigger and bigger. You can do it. If I could do it, so can you.